All right, folks, this is Scott Churchin alongside Mr. Rich Mancuso, and on behalf of Street and Punk Entertainment and Stream Punk Combat, who am I do I have the pleasure of talking to, and what gym are you fighting out of?
I'm Jeremy El Toro Campos, and I'm fighting out of Shinobi MMA and Bearing Jiu Jitsu over in Evansville, New York.
Subarashi. And who are you fighting this week?
I'm fighting Daniel Van Nostrand.
Okay. Talk a little bit about it. Talk about how you're feeling right now. Talk a little bit about the training process.
I feel pretty good. I feel awesome. I feel like I've done everything I needed to the last couple months, especially to get ready for Daniel. I watched his last fight with the Leprechaun, and I wasn't too impressed. I saw that the Leprechaun couldn't really reach him. But on top of that, he didn't get punched his entire fight, all 3 rounds. He didn't get punched at all, and he got taken down every single round by the Leprechaun. And he's like 4 foot something, and I'm like 6'6". So let's go. I'm ready.
You got the reach there.
Yeah, no,
but
I feel good.
Don't forget, Drago had the reach over Sloan, over Rocky.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He also had the steroids.
That's true too. Yeah. So yeah, let me talk to me a little bit about the training process. Really, when you got hardcore, probably around early December, I would think in this case. What did that entail? How many hours a day? How many days a week?
I'd say about 5 to 6 every week for sure. You got to get that 1 day of recovery in. But other than that, pretty much every day. And even on your rest day, you can still come in. You can do film study. You can watch. You can still learn every day. So even if you're sick, even if something's broken, or even if you're hurt, you should still be coming in.
Sure. There was a chance to continue to learn something.
Yeah, for sure. You can always learn something. You can always leave learning something new. There's no point in just staying at home not doing nothing.
How much road work have you been doing with the cold and all?
Honestly, I run a Little Caesars. So when I'm not at Caesars, I'm here. I'm at the gym right around the corner. So if I'm not there, I'm here.
So, Rich, you had a few things?
Yeah, Jeremy, how old are you now? What's your age?
28. Yeah. 28 years old and almost in my prime.
Nice.
And what's your hometown?
Well, I live in Watertown, New York. I was actually born in Lima, Peru. That's where I originate from.
Oh, yeah.
So you went from the warm environments of Peru to just within spitting distance of Canada.
Yeah, polar opposites, actually. I don't think the most of my family could survive up here, especially being in like -20, -30. Once it's -40, once 10 hits after that, 10 degrees, you're outside in a t-shirt. So, but it's good for ice baths.
It's good. It's good to toughen you up that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you're fighting as a heavyweight. Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
So what weight would you come in?
I'm going to come in at 265.
Okay.
You don't look it.
No, I don't look it. I'm distributed pretty evenly, but I'm a pretty big guy, so it distributes pretty well.
You got muscle on. See, that like me. I weighed in at 240 with my doctor today, but it shows. But I 240. I mean, you're 265.
Hey, you're heavyweight too. Who knows? Maybe at one point I'll meet you.
No.
You're not gonna come over to MMA?
I'll never go in the cage.
You're not gonna get one last one in?
No.
It's okay. But you know what?
The old story about me, which will be in my book when I finish it. I boxed amateur 4 times. I got knocked out 4 times, and I don't even remember the knockouts.
It happens, and you usually don't. It's like the time travel. You wake up. It's like, oh, I'm on my side. The guy's above me. He's like flicking off my crew. It's usually how it goes.
Yeah, or basically you wake up worse in the locker room being like, did I win?
Yeah. You walk to the wrong corner.
Yeah, I know. It's like, nope, go back to this, But
yeah, it's like other side. It's like, okay.
Your last fight was Dangerzone II, September at the Armory. I don't remember the result.
It was a title fight, and I lost to Dan.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about that going into this one?
Who was it?
That fight was good.
Who did you lose to again?
Dan. His name is Daniel.
Dan Angel.
It's Dan something, but he was good. He was big, just like me, and he had good hands. I controlled most of the fight for the most part, but once they separated us, that's when he clipped me with a couple good strikes and he knocked me out. That was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it again. So,
what'd you learn from that fight, though?
Definitely no inside low kicks when I'm getting charged. It wasn't a good idea. I let him clip me pretty good. So lesson learned next time.
Exactly. Like you said before,
Yeah.
you'd always have the opportunity to learn something here.
Yep.
So, all right. So talk to me a little bit in this case. How much weight training are you doing right now? How much basically are you, sparring sessions? How many days a week? Again, how many hours? Really, and not this week, because obviously this week's not going to count so much, but we'll say for the most of the part, the month of January.
Well, every week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, for sure, I'm in here at least 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. The rest of the time, I try to divide it up between training out, whether I'm going to other gyms and traveling, or whether I'm trying to spend more time at home, because I do work by myself. I do have my wife and my son at home. My wife doesn't work, so I support my family. So I gotta mix it up. But for the most part, I'm here about 5, 6 days a week.
Hmm.
So
What is it you
I
do
love
full
this
time?
stuff. You're not gonna get me out of here.
Nice. What do you do full time?
I run a Little Caesars right around the corner, so it's
Okay.
pretty convenient. I can just leave there, come here. I can't eat anything there, unfortunately. I
I
gotta
was
see
going to ask
pizza
if
all
the
day, which
temptations
sucks.
there.
But
Right. I
yeah,
hate little pieces anyway.
Yeah. But you
yeah,
know what? Here's the thing. But at this point here, you're capable of avoiding all that stuff. I don't know if you bring anything back for the wife and the kid, things like that, but you're doing the right thing. And like I said, it's a temptation if you're strong enough to avoid it.
for
Kudos to you.
sure.
So,
I've actually lost over 100 pounds. I used to be 300 and like 40 something pounds about
Wow.
like three years ago. That's actually
dude,
why I started learning
nice.
MMA. That's why I learned MMA and Muay Thai because running
How,
sucked. I
what
hated
was that?
treadmills. So
340 pounds you were?
yeah, yeah. I'll send you a picture. I was really big,
Please,
really
dude, I want
big.
to see that.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely send it to you. I used to be massive.
Yeah.
And that's why you went into MMA.
Yeah, because muscle takes oxygen and fat didn't. So I
Mhm.
can move around as a fat guy pretty fast, deceptively fast. So everyone would think I'd be slow, and then I'm moving, I'm zooming.
All
Well,
right.
because in this case here, if your body's used to carrying through, and listen, for anybody who's lost weight, and this is what nobody ever talks about with weight loss, you naturally move faster. Because if you walk, like, say, 4 miles an hour at, like, a certain weight, and then you drop 30 pounds, now you're walking 4.5 naturally. Just because
It's
there's
true.
less weight to carry, the muscles and the legs are stronger.
And I
No.
used to tell people that all the time. I'm like, I feel so much faster. Just every time I
Yeah.
dropped like 30 pounds here, 20 pounds there, I just felt faster. And then my coach would always have me go and pick up a kettlebell. He's like, hey, pick that up.
Mhm.
It's like 55 pounds. I'm like, that's what you used to walk around with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, that's nice.
Do you
Yeah,
keep
I
any of
don't
the old
miss it. I
clothes?
don't miss being fat, and I definitely enjoy MMA because I could have run on a treadmill for 6 months and lost the weight, but instead, I went and learned something that I'm going to use the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
also, the treadmill gets boring after a while. There's interaction with MMA, with sparring and things like that. There's a greater community
yeah, and
of
there's a
just
lot
like,
of studies that it ends up being bad for you later on in life too, because it hurts your knees. There's a lot of people that end up not being able to run because of it too. So,
mm, yeah, lots of part that's the stress of it all the way through. But so in this case, real quick question on this, and we're getting a little off topic, but I'm okay with that. Do you still have any of the old clothes from the old days?
oh, for sure, for sure, I
As a
still
guy
wear
who's
them since
lost weight, I
when I
gotta ask you
trained
these
just so I
questions.
can remember what it was like. Yeah, it's huge.
Nice,
That's interesting. That's a good note to have.
dude. Yeah.
You still have your old clothes
Hmm.
when you were 340 pounds and you kept them because
Motivation.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's
Accomplishment
good.
and pride.
Wow, that's
Just
really
reminds me of
good.
what I don't want to go back to.
I'm going to use that. That is a definitely good thing to have. That's a great story. I
Yeah.
love that.
So
You're ranked 50th, I understand, out of 73 of active heavyweights in New York.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about that?
Uh, the rankings are iffy. Uh, a lot of the guys that I fought in my fights are sitting at the top 10 right now. So I
hmm,
Devin Van Lengen, he's sitting at like 12 or 13. Bill Hill, he was 2-0 when I fought him too. So I don't really care about records. I mainly care about what they got.
sure.
Right, right. How was
Yeah.
your? Tell me about your experience? First Danger Zone at the Armory, and are you expecting the same type of support and atmosphere on
Oh,
Saturday?
for sure. We always carry a big crowd with us every time we come down. Danger Zone was awesome. I really
Mm.
liked it. I like the ring. I like the setup. I like the way it was set up. The locker rooms are a little but other than that, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Everybody, I like the big field out there, so everybody was taking naps and shit. But Pretty nice. Other than that, I remember the doctors, they were telling everybody, oh, you got to get your heartbeats down. You can't let you
Mhm.
fight until your heartbeat is down. I'm like, bro, we're about to have a fight.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy for
Yeah.
someone standing on the sidelines to say that.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, you got to lower your heart rate. I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah. Not taking a Xanax here. It's, we're just going to work through this.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
Nice.
enjoyed that first one, and you anticipated being on this next one.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
when you got the call, or whoever did for you to get on it, what was your reaction to that?
No, I was ready to go. It was nice getting to fight for the title on Danger Zone. That was nice. The guy that I fought, he was good. He
Mhm.
was good. I feel like I had control of that whole fight up until I lost. I had good cage work. I pushed him up into the cage. I hit him as soon as we started, and I hit him hard. Pushed him back into the cage, had good control. He was freaking out and hitting me in the back of the head a little bit.
Mm.
But once I kept him in the cage for a while and I could tell he was tired, they ended up separating us. I think it was he said he got hit in the nuts. I don't remember hitting him in the nuts, but it was right after that separation where we clashed again. That's when I got clipped with those shots. It was like a straight right and a left hook. It was clean, honestly. He got me like on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
But you learned from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fight heavyweight, so those hands are heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Tell me about your MMA interest, and who did you admire and look up to as one of the fighters out there now?
Oh man, I love MMA. I love Muay Thai as well. There's a lot of Muay Thai fighters that are really good that have like over 500 fights that I love also. But
Yeah.
MMA is definitely something I've got a passion for. There's a lot of good fighters. I'd say like John Jones. I like John Jones, but I like George St. Pierre a lot. I like George St. Pierre. I like his mentality. And I like what he stands for and the kind of fighter that he is. He's really smart.
You've got some good. A lot of the fighters on the card keep telling us about John Jones, and I can
Yeah,
understand.
John Jones is good. I like him for his technique and for his skills. I really like George St. Pierre for his mentality and his fight IQ. I think he's really smart, and I think he's always a perfect fighter.
Mm-hmm. How many people do you think you got coming down this weekend?
I'd say, 20 to 30?
Nice. Okay. Does that, now see, we've gotten different answers for this. Does that inspire you, make you nervous, or maybe a mix of both?
I feel like I've gotten past being nervous. Like the last time I wasn't nervous at all when I fought Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Dan was huge.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice when I got there, and I'm like, okay, well, it's the first time I'm not nervous. I've gotten used to this. I think the time before the last one, I did get nervous. That was the one I got the most nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no, I feel good. I want to get in there and show what I got. Every time that I step in the cage, I seem to be more consciously in there.
Mm-hmm.
The first fight, it was like, oh, I went in there, I forgot straight punches, just threw nothing but overhand rights. We went the distance, I lost because I knew no jujitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Second fight, I got knocked out, changed my way I trained. So then I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening again. So I worked on my boxing, got my hands up, feel way better about my hands after that. Then I fought Bill Hill, who was 2-0. That was a big challenge. That made me nervous too, because everyone was expecting me to lose. That was home crowd. Everybody there loved him. And we went the distance, and I knocked him out in the last couple seconds of the third round. Then I fought Dan. Now I'm fighting another Dan. So who knows? On to the next. Then I'm actually rematching with Devin in May, my very first fight. Now that I know jiu-jitsu, it should go a little differently.
Nice.
I ask a lot of fighters in boxing this question, and I'm interested to hear your response, Jeremy.
Let's get it.
What the crowd does the crowd play an impact in what you do in there in the cage?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I have a buddy of mine that comes to all my fights, and in the crowd, he's always screaming. So I hear him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, I could just hear some random guy out there, Jeremy! But no, it helps. It helps having the crowd, especially having everybody from the gym coming too, because I can hear them also.
Yeah, you got a couple other fighters coming with you, I think, right?
Yeah. We got Chandler the Cannibal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chandler was a good chat the other day.
Yeah. Chandler the Cannibal. He's a beast. He's a beast.
Looking forward
his wrestling's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So where do you go from here? Assuming and let's hope, I'm not gonna, I don't like to project ahead.
No, for sure.
You win the fight, and how far do you want to go with this? In other words,
all the way for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. My plans are when I win this fight, then I'm going to come back for the next Danger Zone. But in May, I'm going to be rematching with my very first opponent. So that's going to be fun too. But after that, it's open. I know I'm going to fight in September for sure in Victory Promotions. when they come back the second time. But if Danger Zone does something else, I'm down too. And now with the link up with Cage Wars, if I win and I become like a first contender, I can go to Cage Wars too. So honestly, the options are whatever I want them to be.
Sure.
Now, do you want to go pro with this?
Oh, for sure. I just wanted to have at least 10 fights in amateur before I went pro. Every time that I talked to any pro, I would ask them, I'm like, hey, you're heavyweight. Any tips that you got for me? It's always the same thing, that they wish they would have had more amateur fights so they could have learned before they went into pro and then just got smashed or got their records ruined. I don't care about the record, but mainly about the experience. I have to get out there, learn this stuff, and then I go into pro. I don't just want to go pro just to say that I'm going pro and then go out there and get actually hurt by like an actual pro.
Right.
Someone who's been doing it for a while, So
yeah, for sure. Right. So that's dangerous. It's not a joke. I could take a shin to the side of the temple, and I'm not the same when I come back.
Sure.
You know,
and you got a family too.
Have you ever been hurt before in the cage?
Yeah, for sure. In my very first fight, I got cut open. The very first round, I was bleeding the entire time. There was blood everywhere. That was I remember third round in my first fight. Never happened since then or before then, but I got hit so good that I lost vision in one of my eyes for like about 10 seconds. Then it came back. It came back, but for like 10 seconds, I was like, oh, God, I'm blind. I'm blind. But no, then it was fine. You know, it's little stuff like that you don't know about that you have to be experienced to. Like getting hit hard, it changes your whole game plan. Everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the middle of the face.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of the most common phrases that is only known inside the the martial arts and training circles. You never use that plan until you take a shot in the mouth.
Yeah, it's a little break their base, break their face.
Yep. Nice.
You sound really hyped and enthused, and
yeah, I am.
Nice. You're ready to get in there tonight or tomorrow if you wanted to.
I'm ready to get in there right now, honestly. I'm ready to go. I'm mainly ready to eat some food from this weight cut, but I'm ready to go. I got something I want to go show the stuff I got. I've been working on a lot of stuff, so I'm pretty excited. I feel more of a well-rounded fighter. Like it doesn't have to go any specific way. If it's stand up, I feel like I'm going to smash him. I don't feel like he's not going to have a jab. He's not going to have a cross. His tools are going to be gone. So what's he going to have? I'm longer than him. If he stays at that long distance range, we're going to be at that range where I can touch you and you can't touch me. And I'm just picking away at you until you decide to come in. And once you come in, I'm going to hit you hard. And he hasn't been hit hard in any of his rounds. He was not hit. So everything's going to change for him when he actually gets hit, when he actually gets pressed forward and someone's smashing. Man, I'm going to smash my shin bone into your head bone. You know, it's not funny. That stuff hurts. I don't know. Every time you jab, every time you got to take it, every time you move, every time you walk, every time you punch, you got to put weight on that lead leg. And if I'm smashing your lead leg to the point where you can't put weight on it, now you don't have punches. Now it's not a fight. Now you're a victim.
So, Jeremy, in other words, you bring it all to the table. You're not just a striker, puncher. You do it all. Am I right to say that? Okay.
Nice.
Right.
I think I'm good at this point. Do you guys have anything else? Any other final thoughts, either one of you?
No, unless he has something else that wants to say that we need. Then I need to know.
Look out, Goju Ryuki. I'm coming, Dan. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're gonna get hurt. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So,
and then at the end, the two of you will shake hands and hug.
For sure. Every single person that I fought with, I train with now.
Okay.
Every single person that I fought with, I train with now, including Dan. So come at me, Dan. I'm ready. That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that awkward though? In boxing, because that's my thing. Boxing is my passion. Guys don't really train with each other. I mean, sometimes as sparring partners, they'll do it, but not as much.
Well, here's the thing. When you fight at a heavyweight, there's not a lot of other heavyweights. Usually some gyms will have like maybe one or two, you know? And just like the beginning of time, villages have sent their biggest people to go fight each other. It always happens. So now what I do is when I fight somebody and they're all so big, now we can train together. We might as well go smash other big people together. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's strength in numbers. Like, I don't care that you punch me in the face because you're going to keep punching me in the face when we go train. Yeah, it don't matter.
We'd rather smash faces together. Is that what you
That's what
said?
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Nice.
saying. Like, yeah, strength in numbers, son. And then now we can both learn stuff from each other, and you only consistently get better that way. You hold grudges like that, it's just gonna stick with you forever. And
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think
yeah. No personal hate for Danner either. I'm gonna hurt you. That's it.
It's
right.
a part of the battle. It's a part of competition.
For sure.
I mean, it was like that. But Jeremy, this was great. Unless you have anything
thanks.
else, I got more than enough.
Yeah.
No, that was it. Thank you guys for having me. You guys are the awesome, man.
Appreciate it. We'll see you Friday too at the weigh-in. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Make sure you see me. Just we'll check in with the weight and all that, and
Nice. Make sure you see me when I smash him in the middle of his face.
Well, I'll be calling it. So
he'll be
please.
calling it. I'll be
Yes,
watching it on the
yes.
screens in the corner.
Nice. Thank you.
So,
All right,
Well,
my
thank you
friend.
for having me, guys.
my
See you
privilege, man. Be good.
Friday.
Yep.
For
Okay.
sure.
Catch you later.
All right.
Bye.
God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.